It is time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. Well, exotic dancing is usually not the most respected job, but one famous 79-year-old seems to think differently. Handmaid's Tale author Margaret Atwood says that stripping can be empowering. She says women who work in strip clubs can feel in control, plus earn more money than they would be making lattes. But many feminists argue that this X-rated industry is outdated and exploitative. So DBL Nation, do you consider stripping empowering or degrading? Take it away, Al.
All right, Chanel from Facebook says some people are spirited in a way that exotic dancing is a talent and an art form, and it comes natural to them. I mean, you look at the number of pole dancing classes that populate suburban neighborhoods. There is obviously a draw for some people to perform and be on a pole and be the center of attention. Other people might be going to that same world for other reasons. Then they absolutely need money. They have other issues that have damaged them and sent them to that stage. So being a comic that's also demanded attention for some holes probably in my past, I really feel like I can't judge.
Got it.
Martha from Facebook says, you cannot have any respect for your body if you're slapping it around a pole, allowing strange men to touch you. Come on, it's a living, but nothing to be proud of. I think what we're missing here is the word can. She said it can be empowering. It can be a good option for some. And I can think of examples of that. Maybe people who are comfortable, as the last person said, expressing themselves that way. And I think if you're comfortable doing that and that's empowering to you, and it's also a better alternative than being pimped out on the street, then I can understand how that can be your choice and your empowerment.
Terry from YouTube says, I stripped until I was 30 years old, and it has afforded me a great life. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a life coach now, and I regret nothing. Terry, I think part of why you're a life coach is because of the stripping you had to do in your past. I've done things in my past that I'm not proud of, and I'll say that out loud. If you think you're proud of your stripping, I would say, then why aren't you still doing it? I don't encourage my nieces to become strippers. I think people have to do what they want to do, but I would definitely not encourage anyone I know to become a stripper.
And Jackie from Facebook says strip clubs are full of married men who should be at home with their wives. Go ahead and feel empowered while you're collecting cash from another woman's husband. Well, I think there's also couples.
I think we know where Jackie's husband is.
I think there's also couples that show up to, my husband and I go to strip clubs sometimes, and I think there's a lot of single people that go to strip clubs, and I don't think that impacts the woman. I think we got to be really careful of overgeneralizations. Some women, some strippers, yeah, I do think they come from really dark pasts, and I don't think that I think they feel objectified, and I think other women use this to bolster their careers. I know some of those women. So I think it's to each its own case-by-case basis.
Sammy, I love your honesty. Melissa from Facebook says, most of the strip clubs are dumps these days, and the girls really aren't making that much money. They have some other hustle going on. Only girls and fancy big city clubs can make it rain. All right.
That's partially true. A lot of the money that's coming in are from these bigger city joints.
Yeah, let's be honest. I mean, strip clubs, they're kind of subject to the neighborhood that they're in.
Yep.
So if there's places where Vegas where people have a ton of money, money's going to flow more than would be in a small
community. Right, it makes it look more luxurious. Like the movie that just came out with J-Lo. Yeah, so it makes it look more luxurious.
And that ain't always
that's a
the
minority.
case.
Like all across this great country we have, there are those tiny joints that nobody should be in.
Right.
Yeah, no, very well said.